Dear colleagues, dear students, dear friends, nice to meet you. For me it's been an honor to represent our result to share with you from Donetsk National Technical University. So, let's go! So, my presentation called The Path of the Virtual Educational of the Future. Sergei Georgievich Jura, Donetsk National Technical University, the Donetsk People Republic. Let me introduce some points of Donetsk National Technical University. He has 9 faculties, technical faculties, and we are eldest and well-known higher educational institution recognized by the world and actively carry out of international scientific and technical cooperation with more than 80 well-known universities from 28 countries, and 32 foreign firms, a member of the 28 leading international education associations. Since its inception in 1921, the Old Technical University trained over 200,000 Donbas technical personnel of various qualifications, of which 1,000 of the specialists and masters, 60,000 of the bachelors, and 50,000 of the lower assistants, about 500 foreign students from the 17 countries in the world. Introduction to my presentation. Experience of the Donetsk National Technical University in the quantitative aspect is distance education is modest and can hardly compare to such universities as the Open University of Indira Gandhi and others. However, we believe it is interesting by qualitative characteristics and development of the strategy of the future virtual education. But the Donetsk People Republic and all people of Donbass have been fighting for the great ideals of the Russian world during 4 years. Our university, which is in the center of the multi-million city, was repeatedly attacked by all possible jet systems. Some colleagues of our university and students were killed and wounded. Unfortunately, they perform their peaceful function on tutoring and getting knowledge at the university, which is not a military object. Donetsk National Technical University has always been historically the leader, including the international activity. So in the pre-war time, it received the first ever country's award, the state prize in the international activity. And it is a well-deserved reward. A number of foreign faculties were operating: German, English and French engineering, and Polish, Czech and Dutch departments. The main number of students there was foreign. At present, because of the continuing civil war, the law of foreign students has not been adopted yet. Situation in the world is quite interesting. So you can see this graph where you can see growing capacity of computers, and this curve reduction of their benefits. It's a problem, it's a paradox. Then borderline see it. There is more and more informational and less sense. This problem influenced us. And in the last report of the Club of Rome, called Come On, we can read a quite interesting position which is connected with our subject. Emphasis of the ethical approach in finance and education. Ethic investment, first of all. Second one, key point of the repeat new education, humanistic, complete outlook free from anthropocentrism and egoism, with the priority of general welfare of states. And last one, orientation to the future. You can see this result in such a way. It looks like flowers, collective leadership's compass. You can see wholeness, future possibilities, engagement, innovation, humanity, collective intellect and genes. So It's improvement, future orientation, process connectivity, creativity, agility, excellence, mutual support, contribution. So it's our future, we think so. And it is quite the same one approximately says the leader of the great Russian world addressed youth. It was on the 19th World Festival of Youth and Students. Very important words. The very important circumstance, it was Vladimir Putin words. The very important circumstance for all of us, irrespectively of what we are engaged in or will do in the future. Do you know what is this? This is the moral component of any of our business. When we do something, and irrespectively of what we are engaged in, I would like to repeat this thought once again. We never have to forget about the moral and ethical basis of our business. Everything we do has to be done for people's good, to strengthen a person, but not to destroy him. Destroy them. Yeah. Really, we can solve any problems on the three level. It's a practical level, moral and ethical level. Maybe about these prophecies of the great. It's about nowadays. Mikhail Lomonosov says, the goal of learning is just not the amount of the knowledge, but the correct way of thinking and moral upbringing. Leo Tolstoy says approximately the same one thought. It is the knowledge quality, but not its amount, that is important. You can know very much, but might not know the most important things. Dalai Lama, its point of view, says, the plain fact is that the planet does not need more successful people, but is that desperately needs more peacemakers, healers, restorers, storytellers, and lovers of every kind. It needs people who live well in their places. It needs people of moral courage willing to join the fight to make the world habitants of and human. And these qualities have little to do with success as we have defined it. Very wise words altogether. And approximately the same one we can see from a business company. It's computer company Cisco, maybe you know it quite well. You can see this transformer of data into wisdom. This level is data, it's every data which we have got and can measure. Then if we separate it into different positions, we have got information. Information plus law on which this information works, we have got knowledge. And the last is this last one, which represent in any university. But the more important and benefit to humanity is wisdom, according to the Cisco company point of view. But wisdom never represent in any university. It's crazy situation. But we think it must be, because it's very important things. It allow us to save the world. Hierarchy on knowledge. We can say approximately the same one. Context, noise, data against information, knowledge, and meta-knowledge. It's called, instead of wisdom, meta-knowledge. Or here we can see measure, observe, we have got facts, sample of data, compare information, adjust knowledge, and focus on wisdom. So again, wisdom is more important things in our life. In our university, 3 departments connected with distance educational. It's one of them is postgraduate education system. You can see side of this institution. Next one is Institute of Innovation Distance Learning Technology. And last one is the Department of Applied Mathematics. These departments use such one technologies. One of them is Moodle, maybe you know quite well, Wix technology, and WordPress. I would like to represent you our own technology, so welcome. It's me, you can see it. And this is a screenshot of our distant calls on front page implementation, the course of mathematical methods and model on system management, site management system Joomla 3. It's not only ordinary Joomla, but plus with intellectual artificial intellect. The problem is the scheme of interaction between teacher and pupil in the pedagogical energy and information process. You can see teachers and students. So they can use video or Volt, but because you are in a quite long distance, you never send you a field or a sense field. But it's important. Program technology evolution, history and outlooks, era of personal computers, Web 1, 2nd, 3, etc. What is this web of different points? The review of information technology development outlooks. How will web be developed? Different researchers see it like that. Web 0 is text anticipating. Wave 1, a man gets a text. Web 2, the man creates a text. Web 3, the community creates the text. Maybe now we are on this level. Next level, the future. The text creates man. Oh, it's very, very well. It looks like God. Next on 5, web number 5. The text creates the text. Crazy situation. And maybe conclusion. Why do we need the man then? And web application evolution. Yesterday, today, tomorrow. A web information resource on this level we can see catalog, static file, database, inventory, price list, and standard adding personal data. On the next level, development means we can see simple HTML editors, Cold Fusion, Visual Studio, and on tomorrow we absence. Conclusion to our presentation, you can see we need to put here ethical or moral points of view. And users level and and that is awaiting. Pages, static pages now it was yesterday. Position, today position, pages with dynamic context, and there is no so far interactive dialogue personalized. So it's classification of the evolution of the algorithm of distance courses development in the past, present and future. So we need involve in our research another science. So a page of pedagogic in the humanities rank. We need to involve ontology, being evolution orientation, a philosophical anthropology, which allow us to manage life sense, and pedagogical our practice, comprehensive development personality, list practice. So, first conclusion. Today and tomorrow, higher education priority project. Today, focus on the content. Tomorrow, focus on the content, ability and value. Today, focus on efficient personal training. Tomorrow, focus on training and personalization. Citizens. Today, orientation on the market requirements. Quite crazy situation. Orientation tomorrow to the society needs. And today we see the social application is based on the individual status on enrichment and economic growth. Tomorrow we can see the social application based on the contribution into team welfare, the society construction and the social development. You can see all cognitive sense in interdisciplinary links. Ontology allows us to get philosophy, and neuroscience which allow us to influence our technology. Linguistics, anthropology, artificial intelligence, and psychology. We need to involve psychology type in our educational system because there are 3 levels of our students. For example, one of them is audio, so this person needs to see everything what you speak about. One of them is next one group is audio, who needs to hearing everything what you want to talk to them. And last one is kinesthetic, which needs to touch to such things you are speaking about. So our course separate for the students who are which are audio or visual or kinesthetic. Our teachers ARM PPC systems. They continue to keep the electron data. And our course allows to implementation the course mathematical models and methods. It creates the count visible semantic communication between concepts, so it's concepts and links between them. It was built automatically. Browsing in the course of the student's program, you can see altogether all parts and pay attention to the more interesting for you part. Another approach is the starting menu on the authorware segments on which course mathematical models and model was implemented. So, the trained intellectual system components contains instructions model, experts model, students model, modeling and training system. So we involve in our distance educational different students which allow to represent them the same course in different ways. In more details you can find information about this in my book, which called Universe Ethic Algorithm. Is the links to this course. So welcome. I'm interested in your point of view, really. So thank you for your attention.